Hey, hey,
Hi.
what's going on with you guys?
Nothing much. What's going on with you, Jamal? Did you see the verdict today?
Yes, I did. When it came back so fast, it took me off guard a little bit. I wasn't expecting that.
Me neither.
So I was
But
concerned.
when they say when it comes back fast, it's usually for the prosecution. When it takes forever, that means that they're looking at what the defense has said to cast doubt,
Mm.
I think.
I got nervous when I saw them boarding up and adding, when they added the fence and then the concrete things. I'm like, okay, this isn't good. Somebody knows something and they're not saying it. And then all of a sudden, I was shaking so bad I couldn't even go on camera to see what it was. But guilty. That's all I needed to hear on all counts.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's all I really needed to. Like, it was guilty. I'm like, okay, like we're actually moving forward. Like this is actual progress. So I'm hoping we move in this direction to where police officers, good and bad, have to be held accountable for their actions.
Yep, we're good. All right. Thank you for having me. I'm ready.
I'm glad you can make it. Um,
Yeah.
this is gonna be me and Debbie came up with this last night. I thought it was a good topic because we're going into Beverly Hills. The focus we know is gonna be on Miss Erika Jane Girardi, whoever the child's name is now. So we had to talk about it because we had Jen Shaw, and then we had Jen Shaw added to the mix, like with her alleged scamming. So I think we gotta go through these three housewives because they've all had three legal issues. And if I can suggest, let's start with Miss Teresa Giudice or Gorga, where she's going by nowadays.
Judice. Let's go.
Because she's gone through this before. So I think when this happened, we kind of thought she would be the blueprint of what would happen moving forward. But I'm not so sure now. I'm not so sure now because the climate has changed. People are more in their feelings.
The crimes have changed.
Well, they've all been scammers. Some alleged, some not.
Plane crash victims and old ladies.
Come on now.
But let's get into it. Let's start with Miss Teresa because I'm sorry. Where I don't know where you can go, be convicted, you go to jail / prison, your employer halts filming, and you can come back and have your job.
I'm sorry. She didn't go to jail. She went away.
Oh. Away.
Isn't she saying it was like yoga camp or something?
Yeah.
So stupid.
That's why she's a mob wife. She went away. I'm sorry.
So what do we think about that? I want your thoughts on this because I have my own, as you can tell, but I want to hear from you ladies first.
Debbie, you gonna go first?
No, you're our guest. You go first.
Oh God. Let's see. So at the time, my thinking is that they did the little special with Joe and the kids, and just to keep it up, just to keep everybody with Teresa on the mind. But the franchise was built around Teresa. This was the biggest scandal Bravo had at that time. Was 2 of their stars found guilty, going to prison. Was that before Apollo? Yeah, that was before Apollo.
Yeah, because he went to jail while Joe was in jail.
Yeah, so that was the biggest scandal they had. Why not Hope Production? Because there's nobody that's going to be fighting. No one's going to fight. Everybody's going to be worried about Teresa. We saw that with the special with Joe and the kids and the dad and the mom. So hold it. So then when you come out, cameras are there, you get bigger ratings. And that's what they wanted. They wanted the ratings for when she returned to the show. Even though she came back, it was lackluster. Forehead was still shiny and big. The kids really didn't want to say too much to her. She and Joe were arguing it was just dumb. I wouldn't have held up production for her, but I understand it. It was a ploy. It was for ratings.
Do you also think that they held up production because they couldn't get any good footage of Juicy Joe taking care of the daughters?
They weren't even shooting except for that little special he did. There was no shooting. Production came to a halt.
I think Joe isn't the best on screen. And then like it would have been good if they could have gotten him like taking care of the 4 girls, because the 4 girls are like ratings goal, especially when they were littler, you know.
Yes.
And seeing how they were handling their mom being away, because she was the first to go away.
Yes.
You know, that I would have been interested in that. But I think Joe, by that point, was so angry and so bitter that, like, he was not good to be put on screen.
I think they caught Joe was seeing other women too. We know this.
Yeah, but
seeing other women.
I heard that as well.
Yeah, and you know, it was proven to her. She knew that. It wasn't just a Ruben. Melissa and them knew that. But to keep the family intact and everything else, you knew they were going to head for divorce, period, when Joe went to prison. Because Teresa was still angry about him. You know, everybody keeps saying she didn't know. You're not dumb. You're paying for everything in cash. Everything in cash.
Everything in cash.
Okay.
And not like $20 in cash, like 20 grand in cash. You counting out at the register.
People ask me to sign stuff all the time at work, and I'm like, okay, I'm reading it. You cannot tell me you didn't know what your husband was doing. My problem is she has an issue with Melissa as well because of her brother and the way that Joe takes care of Melissa. She wanted her Joe to take care of her like that. But he was always running scams and schemes and everything else. So I think she went exactly where she needed to go at. She should have served more damn time. And that's my thoughts on it.
I'm in agreement with both of you. My thing is this. I used to be one of the people like they shouldn't have held production. That was wrong. She should have been fired, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
But years have passed, and I had to go back and look at the prior seasons of Housewives. Had they not waited until she got out, that show would have been canceled. Because it was trash for a couple of years. You had the twins. You had that Amber chick. I'm like, somebody put you in your mouth at every turn. You and your husband.
Mercedes, whatever their name was.
Whatever their name.
Yeah.
And didn't care about you. Who else was trash? Their friend group was trash. I mean, the best part of one season was what was it? Mrs. Gotti. Bring her on the show. Get her on the line.
Yeah. I thought she was on Victoria.
Yeah, I thought Victoria was going to be on there. Then I used to watch her show. I used to watch Victoria's show, but they held it up. There is nothing without, and I hate to say it, there's nothing without Teresa. At that time, there was nothing without Teresa.
I have a story about the Gotti boys. A hotel that I was working with at the time while that show, I think it was just after their last season when they thought that they were flying high. They came down and they had a bunch of suites at the hotel that I worked for at the time. I think we almost had to throw them out. There was so much complaints, destruction of property, suspected naughty things being brought into the hotel. They were just a menace, those boys.
They've been a menace since they were little.
Yeah.
They've been a menace.
So this is from Yanni. First, this is kind of normal in their culture in both Jersey. I'm sure her brother does too. That's been alleged as well. Frankie lost his law license. Okay. Second, Teresa said the pay cash thing was from producers. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You went to jail for paying cash. Quit playing.
No.
You was paying cash for a reason. We never saw you ever have a credit card, never a debit card.
Didn't they say that she probably wasn't going to serve time, but because she didn't file documents by the deadline and then had an attitude about it when she came before the judge, that he was like, okay, if you're gonna play like that, 1 year in the pokey for you.
I didn't hear that. I knew they both were going to do some time. I didn't realize. I mean, she needed to do a little bit more.
I think they were gonna give her house confinement, like she
Okay.
was gonna like probably wear an ankle bracelet or something like that. But the judge was really taking into consideration the 4 girls.
Yep.
And you know, she wouldn't have gotten away scot-free, but she was going to be at home to take care of the girls. But she had a hiccup with something that was supposed to be submitted to the court, and then had an attitude about it. And he was like, I was trying for you, girl, but here you go. One orange jumpsuit.
I'm serious. But the thing, I don't think she's learned her lesson yet. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
She can't say that she committed a crime. She keeps trying to blame it on Joe. She
Mm-hmm.
blames Joe for her being locked up and didn't have that time with her mother. Hi, Dr. Melanie. She's not taking accountability for what she participated in, because you knew.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, but no one's forced her to take accountability, though. So why should she? That's the main.
Joe almost did. You remember when she was talking to Joe, and he says, "Use knew." He said, "Use." And then she started talking over him. She was sitting on the floor in the bedroom, and Joe was laying across the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember that.
And then he was talking about, he said, "You," and then he said, "Well," and then she gave him a look, and then he started saying something about who signed stuff. She wanted him to say, "Yes, it was my fault."
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. She was trying to angle that conversation for him to take complete ownership of it.
Complete.
And he turned to her and said, "You knew who signed stuff without reading it. Like, how dumb are you?"
Yep. She knew.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, now, do we think that Bravo made the right decision based on their business?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I have to agree.
Yes.
Do I think on a moral, ethical standpoint, should they have? No.
No.
But we have to remember, like we were just talking about, this is a business. I mean, they put themselves in a position to where they needed Teresa. But now,
go ahead.
If she got away with this, if she tried to do something like this again, they don't really need her anymore because her story is dry, is done. Go ahead.
But the boyfriend is crooked too, though. The boyfriend is crooked. Sorry.
Everybody that they're associated with is crooked. So here's the thing. This is what their marketing and production people thought, especially when Joe got the deportation orders. They were like, "We're going to help you. We're going to help you relaunch. You're going to be okay. You're going to be able to take care of your daughters. We're going to relaunch you as the new single Teresa, taking care of her daughters, sending them to college, helping them see their father overseas because he can't step foot in U.S. territory ever again. This will be great for the show. Everybody's going to want to see this." But they forgot one thing. She's as thick as a plank.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it shows in every episode. And they're so desperate now that this season has been the relaunch of her crotch. And even I am sick of it.
Yeah.
Because it does not smell like pineapple.
Okay. Who knew? Let me ask you, who knew that Teresa had a ghostwriter for her book?
Well, everybody. She doesn't even know how to say
right.
She denies it. Emily Liebert ghost wrote Teresa's book too.
But we all knew that.
She worked with Teresa's mother on that book.
Well, no, like I knew she had to have had a ghostwriter because it was actually written in English. Teresa graduated high school, but let's call a thing a thing. Teresa ain't all together like, all up there, all educated or nothing like that. I'm not saying that I'm the smartest person in the world, but come on, I know how to say coming.
She's eating pineapple so she can taste sweet, okay?
Oh,
she's
something.
But let's before we get off of Teresa, because I think we've gone through her. Now, how much do we think the Manzos knew? If we gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. How much do we think the Manzos knew? Specifically, Jacqueline.
I think I don't know if Jacqueline knew everything, but Caroline knew, because they have ties allegedly with, those people.
The people. Yeah, people.
Those people. And her father-in-law was by those people.
Yeah.
They knew. And that's why Carolyn is the one, and that's why Teresa keeps saying she thinks that Caroline is the one that turned them in to the feds. Caroline says no.
I totally agree. The reason why is I want to say it was Caroline. Wasn't Caroline the one who gave out the prediction that came true exactly as they said it would?
Yes, he's a little short one with the red hair that's married to the guy that has a restaurant with his brother. Yes. Caroline Manzo.
When that prediction came true, I'm like, see, I'm looking at you kind of sideways now too. Did you say something?
Yeah.
I think that they've been associated with that lifestyle. They've been, this adjacent, Yanni, I don't think she's a total mob wife. I think she's like just adjacent. But if you associate or know people in that lifestyle, you know the moves, you know what's going down. And who's to say the Brownstone wasn't a facilitator or purveyor of laundering of the currency?
It is. I mean, allegedly it is.
Allegedly. There's a lot of dynamics going on in there. Carolyn's not stupid. And she was watching how dumb Teresa was being on film. And I bet you anything, if we go back and look at it, Caroline would never place herself in any scene in which Teresa was behaving with the flashiness.
Yep. Let's think about it. She would go shopping with Jacqueline. She would go shopping with
Dina.
With Dina. And Dina's husband. Yep. Who else is gonna give them, you could have the wedding at the Brownstone if you take out my ex-wife's man. Come on now. Come on. That whole family is allegedly mobbed up. Okay, mobbed up.
But did you notice?
Nice. I'm trying to be nice.
But did you notice? I agree with you. I always notice that when Teresa would go shopping, you would never see them with Teresa at the register.
Nope.
Never.
No, Jacqueline was with them one scene. Remember when she went shopping and she bought all the furniture for the new house, and it was like almost $20K a little, and she counted. She had rolls. Come on, you don't have a checkbook. You couldn't even go get a
Jacqueline's face. Did you see Jacqueline's face in that scene? She was like,
But did you see her move clean out that scene though?
I'm trying to remember, but I know she had this look like, what the heck? I mean, seriously, I would have made it look better for the camera by saying, hey, look, I'm coming in, I'm gonna buy this and this, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you this, and then you know what I mean? But she spending that money. She wanted to be seen with all that cash.
What she should have done is the day before, you're like, I want this furniture, how much is it? What you do is
that's what I said.
You go give them mostly cash, and then when you come back in the next day, you give them the rest of the cash. That way, all they have to do is show you just giving out the balance. You don't.
Was it over 100,000? I know.
It was like 125.
It was crazy. It was a good
because she was counting. One time she went, it was like 20K. It was always cash, never a check, never a credit card. Even when she took the girls shopping for their clothes, always cash. Cash. So that tells me they were doing money laundering or something. It could have been a money laundering thing. I mean, allegedly.
Right?
Allegedly.
So Teresa was able to go away, come back, and get her job. Okay. Now,
here's the thing. Anytime you spend over, 99,000, I mean, the feds are notified. They're notified if you're spending that kind of money.
Oh, of course. Of course.
They're notified.
So are we ready to move on to Miss Erika Jane? Because she's in the middle of her situation. This child, okay, at the beginning, I thought this was gonna be a cute little divorce, like they're scamming, trying to get divorced and hiding assets. That's all I thought it was. I said that at the beginning. That's where I was. Like, yeah, they got, she wants to move on. He got some girlfriends. They got the little cash in the Caymans and probably like a couple of gold bars in Switzerland. They gonna cash it out and be
Not
good.
the
They about to get some,
Caymans.
they about to be good, but lo and behold, what has unfolded? These people, whoo!
You
Now,
pay taxes
what?
if you're not a citizen.
Yes, you do pay taxes if you're not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he just never applied for his citizenship, but I think he had legal residency since he came here so young. He just never fully went and got to, yeah, he never went and applied for it.
Then he blamed that on Teresa too.
No, that's his dumbass because she's not signing his application form. That's him.
He said that he said that you never made me do it. You a grown ass man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So with Miss Erika Jayne, let's start with, do we think she knew?
Yeah.
Yep, she knew.
Allegedly.
Tom did everything he could to keep Erika in the shit she wanted with her glam squad and everything else. He had this young wife, he was an older man, young wife. He's going to give her everything she wants. Erika's not stupid. She's not uneducated. She knew. She knew.
You know why I think she knew? When whoever it was who asked her if she knew, and she sat there on that rock, Garcelle, yep, and she's like, no, I didn't have a clue. Mm-hmm. Why are you nodding your head up and down if you ain't had a clue?
She knew.
She knew.
Now, let me tell you, don't you think it's strange when the divorce stuff started happening? They knew they were under investigation. It wasn't strange. I think we discussed this before, Jamal. I think they had a plan. They were going to split the assets. She was going to get so much of it before everything got to the courts. He was going to give her a certain amount, but she was going to take mostly everything and be in her name. That's what I thought was going to happen. Shit started going the wrong way all of a sudden. But Erika had been moved out of that house. She had been moved out of that house.
I thought she was actually living in what she called her office. It almost looked like and I think she said that she could stay there. She didn't want to drive back out to the compound.
Yep, that's where she was staying at, that little apartment that she called. She's been living there, right outside of West Hollywood. She's been living there.
Wow. Because I'm like, who does an office like that?
So the divorce came out of nowhere. I'm like,
they were doing it trying to get up front. They were trying to get in front of everything that was coming. Tom's not dumb. He's an attorney. He sees what's coming. You're cheating people from airplane crashes and all these other lawsuits. Where there's one lawsuit, there's going to be another lawsuit and another lawsuit. He's not dumb. Now he's playing he's got dementia. His brother is now his
executive. I agree with Yanni on this one. I do. I don't think she knew the
maybe not the extent. You're true.
Yeah.
Right.
She knew.
I think what she knew was this, and I said this on in a chat. I think what it was is that she knew that something was going on. She knew that he was closing, because Tom was closing $1 billion lawsuits.
Yep.
So she's like, okay, but the money's coming out. We're good. He's probably telling baby we good. But I bet you the red flag came when he loaned her company $20 million.
Why did she need it though?
That wasn't a loan. That was to hide money.
Right. That was a red. I bet you that was her first red flag.
Yeah.
Well, why are you loaning me? Why are you loaning my company money? I bet you that was the first red flag. And then I'm guessing, in my opinion, somebody clued Erika in, like Erika Boo Boo Kins. This is what's going down. So I bet Erika probably confronted Tom like, according to the people, allegedly you doing some fraudulent type things. What's really going on? And he's like, well, baby, see what happened was she's like, okay, you know what? We need to get ahead of this. Boom, 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 boom. And that's the way I think it went down. I know she didn't. I don't think she knew the extent. I
Yeah.
really don't. But when he loaned her company $20 million, I'm sure she had a red flag. Like, what's really going on here?
Wow. Well, I don't know. She's in a hard position. If I was her, I'd be trying to cut a deal.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no, she didn't even do that. She was trying to get 600,000 from the sale of the house. Erika is about money, baby.
Isn't she trying to secure like any settlement in her divorce coming to her should not be impacted by any judgments to him with what's going
but
on?
it's a judgment. Her name is on a lot of these a lot of his businesses. She's what? She's executive something. Her name, she signed her name just like Teresa did.
But here's the problem. Her divorce is. This is what I think people don't really understand. Their divorce has been put aside until the judgment comes in. Because the reason why is because the assets are involved. Because what they're trying to do, since they put them in bankruptcy court, as I recall, what they want to do is liquidate all their assets they can find to pay off those victims. So that's why she's trying to maneuver this. I don't see a way they can. Because, ma'am, any assets, they come in for everything.
Everything. Your clothes, your jewelry, everything. They want it all. And when I got that thing about the court thing, when she was trying to get that $600K to be set aside, no, honey, your name is on a lot of these things too. You took part, you benefited from the fruit, you know, from that rotten batch over there. You benefited too. You and your glam squad. Now you have the glam squad. The guys are talking about her now, her glam squad. They're going out and talking and spilling all of her beans. So they've been living this separate life, you know, been living this separate life. She put this fake stuff out of her time's been cheating. That was 20 something years ago. That judge don't look nothing like that no damn more. She was trying to take the heat off herself. And if you look at the trailer for this season, she goes, I didn't think it was going to end this way. No, she thought she was going to put him in a box, drop him in the ground, and get the damn thing he had.
Exactly.
He said, I thought I was going to be holding his hand to the grave.
Yeah.
He was about it.
In my opinion, tell me if I'm wrong. She saw him dying before all this came out.
Yeah.
She thought he would probably pass on. She would get everything, and by the time it all washed out, she would be somewhere they couldn't extradite her.
I'm telling you, she was waiting for Tom to die. I was waiting for her to wear black one season. I was waiting for this. She was not going to divorce Tom. This divorce was a setup as a way of getting rid of some assets before they take everything he had.
Have y'all noticed over the last 2 to 3 seasons, there's been a decline in Erika Jayne's presentation on the show, especially last season. She looked like me going to Ross. Like, what's her name? The other fraudster on this show that's married to the Englishman. Yeah. When you got Dorit dressing better than you, or better yet, when they show up together, Dorit looked like the young hot thing and you look like her mother.
That's not fair because
I don't think she declined. See,
there's been a decline in her dressing and her glam squad.
In her glam squad, yes. But, you know, she's always been kind of like out there flamboyant. I don't think the stuff she chose to wear this past season was flattering to her. Where Dorit gets paid to wear these clothes on camera, and Erika is not getting paid to wear all this stuff on camera. So I'm just,
But that's why I think the money was drying up. If you watch the line of her dressing, obviously that $40,000 a month glam squad was getting reduced, and like the peak was where she had on that dominatrix outfit where she was late for the event and almost got hit by a bicycle, and she was just like, that was the peak of her fashion. And ever since that season, it's been going down, 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 because I think the funds were getting diverted elsewhere.
You know what, Debbie? You could be, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about last season, the season before then, the last, okay, you're right. I stopped liking her, so I stopped paying attention to her. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't like her, but I did like her creativity because she was amazing.
But Dorit brought it this season, this past season.
She did.
Because Dorit probably got them new up to consignment deals. I mean, allegedly.
And those shadow companies or whatever you call them that they be flipping the houses with.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna be in a new companies, season too, because you know the other house was sold, right? So she's gonna be in a new house this season too.
And you know, why she just said it's an Airbnb? Let's just call it things.
She's just Toya 2.0. That's all.
And you know, the courts have actually signed off on the sale of that house. Erika is not in. They're going to rule against her. She's got another hearing on that to see if she can get that $600K set aside, the proceeds from the house.
Wait, I thought it was going up for auction.
It's gone for auction, but they signed off on it. They signed off on it, but Erika was trying to secure $600K.
No, she can't
get that settlement.
You know, I think why Erika's fashion declined. Here's the reason why. So she was at her peak, right? My opinion is that the wheel stopped turning as fast as it was with these cases. So what happens when you're not keeping those cases up? You still have to pay those people out. So what you're doing is you have to divert that money. You don't have that little slush fund you thought you had. So now you have to divert the money.
As many cases.
So you have to have so many cases to keep that wheel going. So I bet his cases dried up, or he still has some in litigation not being paid for. So when that happens, you're not having that influx of money to keep you kind of over. So now you got pulled for what you were doing, actually pay people. But you were probably paying the smaller clients, not the big ones that you really owe. Because you know he still owes that man from California, right? He still owes him money.
Who that?
Yeah, he was in a fire accident. I guess it was, I want to say it's through PG&E. He got a settlement and he was getting payments, but he stopped receiving payments and he needs that money, from what I understand, to get the necessary surgeries because he's not done with the surgeries.
I think he was the first. Is that the first lawsuit that Tom got? Is that the first one filed?
No.
The plane victims, weren't they the first ones?
Tom's been sued for like, what, 20 years or so?
I'm trying to think who kicked this one off. I can't remember who kicked this one off. I know it's a plane crash victims, but it was another guy. Jamal, that might be him.
It was the PG&E guy was the first one. And I remember hearing about it, talking about, they worked that out. I'm like, okay, that's good for him. But then comes around like he hasn't been getting his settlements. And quiet as kept, his partner in his old law firm, because we know his law firm is dissolved. It got taken over.
It got taken over. He's been removed. He's been disbarred.
He still owes an old partner payments.
Right, but isn't the partner suing him? Yeah, I heard that.
Yes, the partners are suing him. Yep.
And what everyone's trying to figure out is like, where's the money?
Aaron Brockovich case too. He didn't pay all of that out.
That's more than 20 years, isn't it? Because I think the movie is older than that.
He's been doing this for a while because most of the times you get, you know how JP Wentworth goes, if you have an escrow or if you got, you got immunity settlements and stuff. That's what Tom was doing. They weren't getting all their money up front.
But wasn't he taking like a 30 or 40% cut of the winnings?
He was taking more than
And then dispensing the remainder to these, well, not dispensing the remainder to the rest of the victims.
Yep,
I
but
think
he was
that's a
taking
really
more than
big
that.
cut, though.
I wonder how Erika's son feels knowing that his mother was involved with this shady stuff and he's a cop.
Oof.
Because he was living there for a while. He was living with Tom and Erika. I mean, with Erika and, yeah, Tom.
Oh, Yanni says the Brockovich case is what started it. My goodness.
Yeah, but I mean, recently, I mean, the case that really kicked it off right now to make them go to try to get the assets separated. I think it's the case. I know he's still old, but it was another recent case. It could have been the guy you were talking about that brought it all in the forefront.
Right. That was I think what happened was it was the guy, he was another big case. That was in the newspapers for a hot minute. That got settled. But then what happened was, from what I can piece together, it was the airplane crash victims who didn't get paid. And then I have a feeling it was kind of coincided with the divorce. So I think the divorce really had them looking into deeper what's really going on. Because they're like, well, how are you going to claim these assets when these people have not been paid by your law firm? Something's not matching.
I get it. That makes sense. Well, she's going to be going to the clink too, hopefully.
So do we think that is she actually going to tell any kind of truth this season? No,
it's going to be poor me. I didn't know. Oh my God, those poor people, those poor kids. She's going to pull another Teresa.
Yeah, she'll say that she had no idea, or I can't talk about it because it's litigation.
Yep.
And do we think, going to the second part of the question, do we think we'll see Erika after this season? Can she?
I hope not.
She's going to need to be there. She ain't got no more money.
No,
we honestly shouldn't be seeing her this season. She's so boring.
Will Bravo keep her on through her lawsuits? Do we think they'll keep her that
lawsuits? Yes. Mm-hmm. After that, they're not. Yeah. After that, I think they probably would have let her go this year if it wasn't for the fact of these court cases and stuff going on. Because she didn't bring nothing last season. Nothing.
I agree with you. I think she's gonna ride this out for 2 more seasons. This season and next season. I bet you they ride this out.
If she doesn't, like, if her performance doesn't get the right feedback from the viewers, I think this could be a one and done for her.
Well, it depends on, I'm serious. It depends on the court. You know, Bravo's looking for, because the franchise, the Housewives franchise has fallen off as far as ratings. So they're looking for something to keep viewers coming back. Oh my God, what's Erika going to say next week? Oh my God, what's Jen Shah going to do? Jen Shah's attorney told her not to film anymore. What is she doing? Filming.
All right, now that's a nice segue to Miss Jennifer Shah. I mean, we know what Erika's going to be about. We kind of have gone over her. We think what we know is going to happen. We can just go right into Miss Jennifer Shah. Boo Boo Kins, what made that just killed me? The fact that you were literally selling potential quote unquote victims to other people for them to victimize.
And after you victimize them.
And most of them are over what, 55? They said.
Jamal, let me ask you and Debbie a question. Have we found any property that Jen Shah owns?
Own? No.
Own. I haven't found nothing with her name.
Nothing with Coach Shah name either?
I didn't know nothing. Now, the house she's in now was supposed to have been built in 2020. But that house isn't even in her name.
Is it in like one of her company's names?
I think, you know what? I think that's what I saw. I'm gonna go back and look. But I thought the forfeiture was for personal and business properties. So it cannot be in her because that property has no lien on it. It's not for, so yeah.
Well, what if it's in like her husband's or one of her adult children? Like she's got two kids. The oldest one that's in college, you could put stuff in his name.
It'll still be Shah. I mean, it'll still be their last name.
No, but if the shell company that she set up, she puts him as the CEO, you know, hopefully he doesn't have a rap sheet yet, meaning the kid, you know, because she does have one that has reached majority. Yeah, the other one's in high school.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna go back and look. I'm gonna see, because you can look at a company and you can see who their officers are. Okay, I'm gonna look.
I think I'm giving her more credit than she deserves, though.
I'm gonna look. But I want everybody to think about it. Jamal, you, when she came out, when they were back from that jail, who was there to greet her?
I don't know.
Her attorney.
No. Oh, just her attorney. Yeah, because
Yeah.
well, you know, Sharif was at his other family house. Let's just say he was, you know, he was with his other wife and kids, getting a home cooked meal at his stable residence.
I don't think they live together. I didn't think it this season. I didn't think, because I didn't see nothing in that house that said Coach Shah lives here.
Okay, was it just me? Because we're talking about it. For me, Shah Chalet looked too perfect.
Yep.
To me,
it's a ski resort.
It looked like it was a staged home.
Yes, it's a rental.
I understand. Even when you rent, it looks lived in. That did not look lived in. Did you notice when she would cook, everything was in a certain spot? Everything. Nothing was spread out. Nothing was out of place. Because when you cook, you got stuff everywhere.
She only cooked once, and that was breakfast when she didn't cook. Sharif did. Did she cook?
She complained.
She didn't cook.
I thought she cooked.
No, the husband cooked the breakfast that morning.
Oh yeah, then you know it's a rental, because if Jen was cooking, stuff would have been everywhere. That explains everything.
So I don't think he lives there. I'm serious, because think about it. When they had the party, and then she broke the glass and acted like a fool for Sharifa's birthday. She said he hasn't been home in 2 days. What damn husband is not going to be home in 2 days, and you're married and you're not out of town?
Over a broken glass.
Over a broken glass, and her acting like, and that outfit she had on was ridiculous, but we're not talking about that. So what husband, I can see you blowing off steam and walking around for an hour or two, but you don't come home in 2 days and I haven't talked to you? I think he believes that he's Drew's husband on Atlanta Housewives, because he disappears too.
I don't know.
I don't see no emotional connection with them at all. I don't see anything there between them.
Now, because we're talking about Coach Shah, do we think he knew anything?
I don't think he's there enough to know to care.
To know what she's doing.
He don't care nothing about her. That's evident.
He doesn't. He's not home enough.
Wow.
He's not thinking about it. He was the husband on the phone. You know how they talk about Jamal Bryant, Pastor Holy Whore, was the man on the phone on Giselle's phone? That was Coach Shah. He was the husband in the phone.
You know what? He wasn't even a husband in the phone. You know that there are those services, those apps that you can call up to get a therapist. So that's what Coach Shah was in the phone. He was in that app. And she would go in the app and pay $50 for 25 minutes to hear a few sweet words and woo, 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 and calm her down and tell her go take her meds.
Think about it. Did you see the bedroom? Remember the bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything of Coach Shaw's in that bedroom? Anything?
No.
We have a full view of that bedroom. Was there anything?
It was just her pills on the nightstand.
Did you ever see Coach Shaw laying in that bed?
Nope. He sat on the end like a visitor.
But you know what's conspicuous though. Let's because we talking about the people.
Mhm.
He's a coach. He's a recruiter.
Yep.
He's in the Power Five conference. He's like in one of the biggest five conferences as a
Yep.
coach. If you own that big old chalet,
Mhm.
why wouldn't you have your own home office and your own man cave decked out
Right.
in University of Utah stuff?
Yeah,
Yep.
there wasn't one pennant up there.
One.
Or
Not
maybe they
one.
don't use those anymore. I don't know.
Nope, they do. They do.
Oh yeah, coaches
And
will
he
have.
plays football or basketball.
He's not
He's
even
a
the
football
main
coach.
coach. He's the
So
third
why
coach.
isn't there a football in a glass thing? I have a football signed by Don Shula, rest his soul. And I don't care. But I have football regalia in my house, and he's a whole coach.
But he doesn't
I
have
didn't see a helmet. I didn't see a
but there's no,
mug.
but he has no home office, Debbie, and no man cave. That's where all that stuff would be. So
Yep.
typically, the coaches' offices would be decked out in their school colors. They would have all their if they won
Yeah.
rings, jerseys, all that
Do they
good
win
stuff.
trophies? Yanni wants to know where the trophies. They don't
Yep,
win.
Yes.
that's true.
Nothing. There's nothing there.
Ooh, they at his other wife house though.
Or his baby mama house. Who knows? But it's
He's
not in that
Muslim.
one.
He could have 4.
So
Yep,
I
that's
think,
true.
I think,
But
I think with this couple, we've established there's no real connection, and
none.
like Jen's the issue here. So with Miss Jen Shah. So
Okay, so what do we think is going to happen, Jamal?
with this situation, she's decided to film. So this should be hilarious because, like you said, her attorney said, "Do not film.
Told her
Do
do
not
not
do
film.
it." And she went out to about, "I'm filming." And then Bravo, what they're trying to do is like, well, we don't know if we're gonna bring Jen back and have her film because I'm gonna need you to quit lying because
She's filming.
based on history, you're not firing her, people. You know that your first season of Salt Lake City wasn't what you expected it to be. It's called
Nope.
Thick as Thing. Your first season was like Atlanta this season, and now what you're going to do is you're going to hang on to the Gen Gates to get you through the second season. That's
Yep.
what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm interested in, I want your guys' opinion on this. Does Miss Lisa Barlow knows what's going on? Because remember at the reunion, someone asked, I think Andy asked, what is Jennifer's business? What does she do? And Jen said marketing. And Heather was like, I really don't understand it either. But and Lisa was saying that like, oh yes, she's in marketing. She makes a lot of money. A lot of money. I'm like, Miss Barlow, are you one of the companies that Jen sold a list to?
Lisa Barlow is the one with the tequila company, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, she was sitting next to Jen. She and Meredith get me confused. I got it. Lisa Barlow, let me tell you that tequila is nasty as hell, so she probably bought that list too. I'm just saying.
Well, Lisa got like 6 different companies, right?
I know that tequila ain't doing shit. That tequila is nasty.
I don't like tequila. Well, I like chocolate tequila.
Well, that tequila is nasty. I've had it. It's nasty.
Give me one. Hey, Cristola, welcome. Hey, Raydella, welcome.
Oh, hi, guys.
We're talking about we've covered Teresa Giudice, we've covered Erika Girardi Jane, that young lady, and now we're on Miss Jennifer Shah. So what clued me into Jen was very interesting that she never explained exactly what her company was.
She couldn't do it. She couldn't.
And I'm like, interesting, all right. But when Lisa chimed in, it was something like, oh, she makes a lot of money, lots of money. I'm like, what do you know?
She knows because she's probably in it. But let me ask you a question. When Sundance was going on, Meredith was running up. I mean, she had shit she was doing. Lisa was doing all kind of stuff. What was Jen Shah doing? Skating in her office, right?
A hula hoop and skating.
Mm-hmm. So what marketing is she doing when she's not involved with Sundance?
stealing money from grannies.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And do we think, okay, now we're on Lisa and the Jen connection. Going on opinion and alleged stuff here. So remember when they were going the whole Vegas thing, and Lisa's like, you know what? I'm not gonna be friends with her. Like, I'm cutting her off. She's not my kind of people. But she went back when he got back to Utah and sat down and met with Jen and smoothed things over. Do you think if we're putting Lisa as Jen adjacent, could Lisa and Jen have a conversation off screen and Jen reminded her like, Biff, you involved. Is this really what you want to do on TV?
Okay. See. Oh,
Heidi, Debbie has something to say. I want because she came over.
Hold on. I don't think Lisa is involved. Here's what it is. Lisa is a like a social climber, but instead of being social, like she's a money climber. She's a hobnobber with the goober smoochers kind of girl. So if she thinks that somebody is like rolling in money, that's who she wants to be connected with and affiliated with. So again, did Lisa understand the verbal diarrhea that came out of Jen's mouth when she was trying to explain what she was doing for a living? No, she didn't. But she agreed with it because it smelled rich.
It smells rich. She's got the furs. Yep.
What I'm saying is that when they were asking her at the reunion about what Jen did, and Heather was like, I can't explain what she does. And Lisa's like, oh, I understand it. And she makes money, lots of money. I need to go rewatch it and hear her.
Yes, she did. She said
but
it. She also wants to be a know-it-all too. She's very irritating.
But the way she said it, she wasn't boastful about it. She said it as like someone who has intimate knowledge. And that to me was a red flag when like, well, how come like Heather and Jen are really good friends? How come Heather has no clue exactly what Jen does, but you seem to have this information?
But Lisa is a New Yorker at heart. And if she knows that it's shady, and she's one that is all about protecting her brand, she might know about it, but she's going to keep you, like, she's not going to get involved with that if it's going to impact her business. But she'll stay connected to you socially if you're a mover and shaker. It looks good on her associated with a mover and shaker.
Look at Susan's question.
Okay, so did anyone catch what this marketing scam was? What the products or services were? Like, weren't they selling them like franchise business services or something like
online,
that? Which they could never get because most of these people didn't even have computer access.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, it's very, very shady.
They were basically what they were described as online turnkey businesses.
She is seeing what when she was sitting there crying about she had to scratch and do everything she had to do to climb to where she's at. No, you climbed over other people's carcasses to get to where you at, and now your ass is getting ready to go federal. This isn't state. This is federal. Federal don't play. This is federal. And when they said they have been investigating you for how long, and you got that phone call and lied and talked with Sharif was in the hospital and it caught up with your ass anyway, I think she was trying to get the hell out of Dodge and she didn't want her friends to see her get arrested. She didn't want to
get arrested on TV. That's what it was. But she's got the Southern District of New York after her.
Yeah,
she doesn't have a fighting chance. I'm sorry.
Kiki. Hey, Kiki. Yeah, we're talking about Lisa Barlow in connection to Jen. How Lisa seemed to understand what Jen's business was.
I don't think she understood. I just think she heard money and that's it.
You just heard money. That was it. Okay.
I don't think Lisa's not that bright. She don't have time for her own damn sons. Be serious.
But
she don't have time to listen to anybody.
Here's the cold part, though, and this is what I didn't understand, and I want to know if you guys can help me out. How is it that they were defendants, was it 9 and 10 or 10 and 11? So you're at the end of the line. How is it that either A, no one of the first two did not alert you, talking about, look, they coming, or B, you go on international TV knowing there's an investigation? It's one or the two for me.
She didn't know. It was a sealed indictment. It was sealed. She did not investigate it. Look at the documents it's a sealed and they unsealed. She did not know. I'm going to tell you when she found out. When they probably picked up Stephen or whatever his name was, she got that phone call.
Yeah.
Stewart. That's when she got that.
Here's the thing. I think one flipped on 2 and 2 flipped on 3 and 3 flipped on 4 and 4, because they probably, whoever was in front of Stewart and her flipped on them. So if she's smart, let's hope she has somebody she could flip on.
They don't want to make a deal with her. Did you not read that? They're not looking to make a deal with Jen Shah.
No, they consider her the head of the snake.
Yeah, they don't want to make a deal with Jen Shah.
I hope they make a deal with Stewart.
Kiki, do you mean, real quick, do y'all remember story just for the reunion? Lisa Nozor was involved with
the production company. Yeah, because she recruited all these people.
Yeah, she recruited all them.
Yeah, she recruited them.
Apparently the women are running for a while. She just didn't believe she would get caught. Oh, Yanni, is that true?
Yep.
Hold on. Go ahead.
No, the rumor. No, that indictment. No, seriously. Look at the indictment. It was a sealed Now, somebody could have told her she was being investigated, but it was sealed. It was a grant. They did. They've been watching her for what? I think 5-6 years. It was a sealed indictment. No one knew until they went to get them.
So basically, Heidi, basically what you're saying is that the feds had it so tightened up, they didn't have time. No one had time to alert anyone else, basically, is how they did it. Gotcha.
Nope. I think what happened was when Stewart or somebody close to her got picked up, when she got that phone call and lied and said that Sharik was in the hospital, she got the hell out of Dodge, and they caught up with her about an hour later, I forgot. But yeah, she was trying to get out. I don't know if she was trying to leave or go, whatever. But yeah, she maybe go try to destroy documents. Who knows what she was doing? But they caught up to her ass because they knew she was on set. They knew where she was. They went for her and Stewart.
Real quick, just jump back for DRS. Hey, DRS, welcome. DRS 299, sorry. Tom led an online lecture in which he moderated a class with over 300 attorneys, in which he discussed complex litigation strategy just a few months ago. Let me go back. He doesn't have dementia. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry for having that either. Don't be sorry for having your opinion. We welcome it. It's a good theory. I thought the same thing. I'm sorry, people may not like it. In my opinion, I felt the dementia thing was very convenient.
He doesn't have dementia. He just got dementia conveniently because this is going on and he's going to go to prison. He's been disbarred. So yeah, I'll have dementia too.
Well, the reason why I don't believe it is because my mom suffers from it. So I see it up close on a daily basis. My mom has dementia, Alzheimer's. And yeah, I don't see that in him. I don't have to be up close. It's just too quick.
We'll get back to Jen, but DRS is coming through with the knowledge here. Tom instructed her to get the divorce, to put up those old texts of him cheating from 10 years ago, and then pretended dementia to protect criminal prosecution. Also, he had the house robbed. I am not mad at that statement.
It's a good strategy.
I believe that strategy. I told you this was a setup with this divorce shit. It was because he knew what was coming. They weren't, I'm telling you, but yeah. He knew what was coming. They knew it, and they were just trying to make sure that he doesn't go to jail, trying to tie up shit. That's why they were going to get this divorce, separate it all out. You know, Tom was asking her for the furs and the jewelry and shit. That was to send it someplace else. They were trying to protect those assets.
Oh, definitely. Yanni says he might have some Alzheimer's symptoms. He's old. I agree. But
Well,
he's still
as you get older, your memory fails, but it's different to be diagnosed as you know, Alzheimer's dementia. And you have to go through the full you have to go through a PET scan to see the gray matter on your brain and how far it has developed.
Has Tom had that done?
I only telling you what my mom went through for her diagnosis. Because at first we just thought it was forgetfulness. And for a while she was in a limbo zone with that test, you know? And then it wasn't until she failed the verbal test completely, then we were referred to a neurologist and who got her the PET scan, which did the like it showed different sections of her brain. And she had advanced gray areas taking over her brain.
Exactly. He may have some symptoms, but he's been stealing from clients and getting accused for over 35 years since the 80s with no sanctions. Let me go to Kiki because she was talking about Jen. So Jen would know these people underneath her have been died or no. Kiki, I think what Heidi is saying is that Jen wouldn't have known because from what I'm gathering, she was not involved in the day-to-day.
She just sold the list, right?
Yes.
But that indictment was a sealed indictment. So they knew the business was in trouble, but I don't think I somebody said that Jen didn't think she was going to get caught. I don't think Jen think it was going to lead back to her, but she is a big part of this problem and they went for her. And Stewart is not just her assistant. He's her business partner.
Right.
He's her business partner.
What happened to assistant 2 and 3 though? Are they a part of this?
I don't know, but
she had 3.
The Shah squad to go with her to prison.
Oof. Somebody got to do those braids.
Which is interesting in the simple fact that I'm going to put DRS's comment up. Jen to go on reality TV when she knows her business partners were indicted. LOL. Whole fool she is. The feds are dancing the tango. They were just like, you made this too easy. Because the funny thing is this. Her name wasn't on anything. So what we're theorizing is, I think is true, that somebody flipped on her. And for her to think that no one was going to flip on you to save themselves is kind of ridiculous. That's why I didn't understand.
It's just, I'm telling you, go back and look at the official documents, they were sealed. The investigation. When she got that call, I'm thinking maybe Stewart got picked up or somebody went to the house she was supposed to be living at and said somebody came looking for her. But they had 2 sets of, so yeah, she didn't know.
How much you want to bet they called up the production company and asked we all filming that? And Bravo said, we're going to be right here. Here's the GPS coordinates. We want to film it.
Probably so. Because I was trying to see if Bravo was outside the court, outside the jail when they picked her up. I saw the news crew, but I'm sure Bravo was out there as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I just thought of? What if the feds submitted that question asking what it is that she does for the reunion and Shady Andy read it to see if they can get it on tape what it is that she do for a living?
But would Andy know that it was coming from the feds or
no? No, but I bet you anything could have went up there because we could submit questions on Twitter.
Yep. And then the guys, the production company actually picked the questions that Andy reads. So maybe they didn't know.
But I was talking about this with someone else in the chat. I said, y'all need to realize, remember when the feds showed up to Candy in them house? Remember that?
Apollo.
And they were like, and people trying to feel like, oh, Phaedra, Phaedra's like, well, Candy told on, like, you know, Candy thought Phaedra had ratted them out, but Candy
but it wasn't Phaedra.
All that stuff. It wasn't Phaedra. And the feds came out and said, like, oh, we watched Bravo.
Yeah, they did.
Oh my
They
people.
did.
The
Jen,
Fed
See, that's
already
where
asked
I'm
me
telling
20
y'all, when Teresa and them started flashing all that money and everything else, you pay that kind of money in cash, you can't go over a certain amount without the feds being notified.
10,000 at the bank.
At the bank and whatever. Yeah, but they're going to be notified. I'm going to tell you, because when my son went to get his car, when he bought his Lexus, now he worked overseas before he became a special agent. He worked for KBR. He bought the Lexus. I would go to the bank and pull 6,000 or 5,000. Depends on what he told me to go pull and put in the safe. Now, what he did was, when he went to get the card, he got the card down as low as he can get it. He had all the receipts from him pulling from an account. He had a cashier's check cut. And they did tell him, look, because it was a young black guy, you're not allowed to pay it like this. He goes, man, every deposit I've made, I got backup for it. But they have to report it. They have to report it. So with the way he did it was, and he paid just with half down. Then in 3 months, he paid the car off. Same thing he did with his Escalade. He did the same thing. He got him down to the lowest thing, and then he just paid it out. He has no car payments. He had built a house, but he was a single young black man, and he was overseas making all that damn money. So what do you do? Yeah. But you have to report it. And he would tell me, "Ma, go pull this. Put this in the safe in the closet. Ma, go pull this." And that's what I would go do. I would just go pull it. And Chase would be, "Hi, Miss." I said, "Hi." And they're like, "Brian." And I would just write the check slip right there, sign his name, and I'll get the money.
Oh, yes, they think because you can only move a certain amount of money at certain times. And I will say this, I do a bit of gambling. So there's certain ways you have to move your money and place it in certain places. And the banks are so strict. I'm like,
and they will do the notifications. They will notify.
Yep. And I had a friend of mine had me help him with some money. I'm like, okay, I'll help you out, no problem. And we got to the bank, like, okay, we need this, we need this, we need this. I'm like, well, damn. I'm like, for real? Like, all this to move this? Because he was moving quite a bit of cash. And he didn't want to be by himself. I'm like, yeah, I'll go with you. Yeah, they're like,
Jamal, are you doing money laundering? Are you working for Teresa Giudice? Is that what you're talking about?
No, nothing like it. Nothing like that. Now, have I known some people who dabble into things
I don't want to know.
Yeah. Like, I think we all know. I think you.
What do y'all think of this question?
That's what I was about to ask you. What do you think?
No.
Why should they?
No, they like the drama.
Yeah, and they're hoping to get it all on film.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. Who thought Mary was going to be the one that got indicted for cheating the church?
Jamal was hoping that she was going to get arrested on TV.
Not so much arrested. I wanted to see like a nice little cute investigation. That's all.
Mary has been doing some shady shit, but it wasn't Mary that got arrested, huh? She might be the next one, but she's been doing some shady SHRT. She's been stealing and everything, and I'm not saying allegedly. She has been stealing.
Heidi, I believe you. A message for you.
What message?
Read what's come up on the ticker.
Oh yeah, girl, that safe is long gone. The house was sold. That's why I said it. The house was sold. Everything. The safe is where it's at now with him.
Good. Nobody comes to Heidi's house.
Like the funniest thing is when people understand like they think money laundering, they think of like seedy things. I'm like, well, no, that's not the way it works. Like anytime any company could be a money laundering company. That's why they watch casinos so closely.
Yeah,
because it's with them, it's too easy to do it. I think that's the main reason. All you really gotta do if you really want to launder some money, all you do is you take how much money you want, you go sit down at the blackjack table, you drink
all the roulette table,
them too. You sit there for like an hour, eating their food and they complimentary drinks, and then you may lose like $100. You take the $100 and the money and chips, go back to the cage,
and cash it out.
That's why they be on the casino so tough.
Yep.
But don't they report it when you hit like the bigger jackpots?
Well, yeah. So if
Oh,
you
yeah.
win anything over 1,400, or yes, 1,400 now, you know, you can't cash it out. They come to you. You got to either say you're going to take the taxes now, or you're going to pay them later.
Yes.
You sign it.
It's a form you fill out or
Yep,
something.
you got to do it. So yes, they report everything. You sign off on everything, and you can actually go online and get your winning and loss, your win-loss statements for the year from the casinos, because they keep track of all of it.
Oh yeah, the casinos, the ones I play, they send me a W-2.
Yep.
I know this was back in the day when I used to go to Belmont and Aqueduct, the horse track. Like if you hit a big money purse, you would see the clipboard come out. This is back in the day with paper and pen.
Yep.
They had to fill out all the tax documents there.
They still do it. They do it now.
Oh.
They do it. They come out. They got it. Well, some of them have the tablet. It's electronic. And then some of them have the other little paper. Depends on what casino. They do it now. I told my sister, I want to see how much your taxes are. Because let me tell you what I do when I'm gambling and I see I'm winning. I don't keep all that money in it. So let's say I hit 800. But if I got 1,400 showing, I'm not going to be able to pull it out. So I keep pulling out, cashing out,
before
and
you hit
keeping
the
the cash
limit.
on me.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
that's smart.
and if I hit it big like this, yeah, it hurts you. But I don't let that. I see people sitting in there, they got 1,300 showing. What? Are you crazy?
I had a lady who used to come here and help me with my mom, a CNA, and she loved the casinos. And one day she came in here, she was so angry. I said, "What happened? You lost a lot of money last night?" She goes, "No, I won a car." I said, "Get out, girl. You know you need a car." She's like, "They made me pay the taxes on a Dodge Charger." I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
You didn't think you had to pay taxes on that?"
Yeah, you gotta pay it. And if you win a car, I'm gonna say, "No, can I get the equivalent for the cash?" Yeah, but
exactly.
Yep.
They didn't give her that option, because I was like, "Can't you just take 10 grand?" And she's like, "No." Well, here's the thing. She turned it down because they were only giving her 10 grand and the car was valued at, she said, 25,000. So she wanted the car. I said, "Well, then pay the taxes, nincompoop."
But you gotta pay them then. I mean, you don't have to pay them right then and there because you got 30 days to pay your taxes.
Because she had to go around and collect and beg, borrow, and steal in order to go and do it. But yeah, she did it.
You pay the taxes and you resell the car.
Yeah, that's what she did, and she bought herself a Honda.
Yep.
Because the car she won was orange, and she didn't like the orange.
So DRS, when will people realize when you're on reality TV, you're scrutinized? So if you're doing anything shady, stay away.
Yep.
Exactly.
But Teresa made it that way now. Think about it. Teresa, Guidice, and Joe, they made it that way now, where you're being scrutinized. That's why Jen Shah's attorney told her not to film anymore. What does Jen do? She go out and get a haircut or get her hair done, and she shows up unarrested, like she's just throwing it in people's face. Girl, you going to do some federal time. There is no deal to be made.
Zero.
Yeah. Yes, doctors 299, that Cartier Panther ring, that was like minimum 70 G's. What is she doing? Like, come on, girl. What are you doing with that?
Like, but she's just telling you she don't care. And I'm looking at her like, I'm going to need you to care because I don't know you. You're fairly entertaining on TV, and I'm concerned for you now, ma'am. I'm concerned for you because what you're doing is, here's what I think she's doing. You're antagonizing the judges. You're antagonizing the lawyers. Like, if it were me, if I were her, I swear to God, I would have my hair, I'll be looking dowdy as F. No, minimal makeup, very like Forever 21 clothing.
Well, she was Forever 21 from last season. Let's call it.
Has her husband made a statement? Has Sharif and Jen sat down together and made a statement with their attorney?
He's not gonna own that. He said them 3 magic words and divorced her.
She is fake. Did you not notice how fake she was this past season? And I remember, Jamal, I don't know if you remember, we said, who's your favorite ones? I said, it's something about Jen Shah I do not like. She is
You never liked her.
Never liked her. Or Mary Cosby, neither one of them.
I don't think Bravo's liable. I mean, they can only go with what is presented to them. They say that they are wealthy individuals who are law-abiding citizens and pillars of their community who twerk in outdoor bathtubs. I don't know. Like, yeah.
But do they actually vet these people? I doubt it.
No.
I doubt it.
They take the word of whoever is on the cast.
Yep.
And with Jen, her name was on any of the businesses, so they wouldn't be able to trace that back.
Nope. But they knew she was behind the whole thing. They knew it. They came for her. Stuart, they didn't name the other people. They haven't named the others.
Mm-mm.
Nope, they haven't named the other people, the other officers in the company. They haven't named them.
Erika said to the trustee office that all her cars, Julia, etc., are gifts and that she doesn't need to answer over. It belongs to her.
Nice try. I would say they was gifts too.
Exactly.
The plane crash victims gave it to me. The PG&E person gave it to me. Yeah.
She offers everything she can.
Erika don't want to give up nothing. Erika is about Erika. Erika knows that Tom has stolen from these people. She's reaped the benefits of it, and she doesn't deserve anything she has. Anything she received 20 years ago or even 22 years ago needs to be returned because there was ill-gotten gains.
100% agree.
Ill-gotten gains. Why should you benefit from ill-gotten gains?
But you know what? For all of these ladies in pending litigation, day runs till night catches it, and it's dusk.
Mauricio might get in some litigation soon too if he don't clean up his damn act.
Oh my God, the feds are chomping at his little cute butt.
They are really on him.
Yep.
I mean, from what I've read, I need to go reread some articles, but they are. I think he's the next one on their radar based on.
Isn't he in a lot of trouble with some African nation president's son who he undersold property? Like
they settled that. They said they did settle that.
But it's another lawsuit came right behind it.
Another one?
It was another one from the same right behind it.
Really? I know about the one where he did not disclose that he was a partner in the
and another one came
he was both the buying and selling agent. That's what he didn't disclose.
Another one came right behind it from the same guys.
Oh no! How many houses did he have? Ooh,
I don't know, but it's all behind that same property. One was, and then they did another. They hit him with something else. Mauricio is a crook and a liar, and that's why Kathy Hilton doesn't want anything to do with him at all. Look the way he tried to steal all of the agents from them, stole them, and then they left and went back to the Hilton because they know what kind of show Mauricio is running. He's a crook, just like I think what's her face, his husband who was just fired. What's her name? Teddy, the boring one. Mellencamp. I'm telling you, her husband was setting up all of these securities in all these people's houses. All these houses were getting robbed. Kyle's house got robbed. He didn't do Lisa Vanderpump's house, didn't get robbed. He did what's the other lady's house? They got robbed. They a bunch of damn crooks.
Wow.
I mean, Mauricio, but see, the thing with Mauricio, from what I've understanding, what I've read, he's been on the radar for a minute. And what really kicked it off was, if I remember correctly, Heidi, correct me if I'm wrong, that a lot of his agents left him to go back to Rick.
Yep, Rick Hilton.
He had shut, from what I understand, he shut the office down, but then got PPP loans or something like that.
Yes, he shut the office down because it was the pandemic. Everybody was losing money, but then they're looking at him and he needs to go. And Kyla's another one. She done open up all these stores and then all the stores close. She throws her name on somebody else's garments and thinks she's a fashion designer. They're all crooked. They all nasty. I think the only one that actually had anything and still do would be Lisa. What's her name that owns the basketball team and her brothers that have the hotel in Vegas too? Adrian Malouf, Sutton.
Oh yeah.
Sutton and Yolanda. Whatever the one that was married to David.
Yolanda.
Mm-hmm.
Yolanda. The rest of them is all smoke and mirrors.
And it came crashing. This whole Erika situation just came crashing down. I mean, I always say when things look too good, you have to think, look, what's behind it. Like, yes, he's a successful lawyer.
Yeah.
All this and that. If people are like, well, he's been closing $1 billion cases, and that's when everything came into play. They're like, well, if he has all these cases, but people are getting paid, that money is somewhere. And I just want to know when they do the forensic accounting. I want to see that. Because
here's what I think. Okay, I'm just thinking because this season is already closed. It's in the can. I'm telling you, Mauricio is going to get an indictment. He's going to get an indictment.
Ooh.
I wouldn't be surprised because
the season is already, they've already closed this season. It's already done. It's wrapped. Mauricio, he's going to get, he's got agents that are actually talking and turning on him. And
Well, he opened up so many offices so quickly, and the majority of them are now closed. And not just here in the States. I think he had international offices
he had
as
offices
well.
in New Mexico too. Remember, they had property down there. They were always going to wherever they go sailing and stuff. They go to the Mediterranean. I think Mauricio has his hands in a lot of other stuff. I think he might be involved. I'm thinking myself, money laundering. I'm thinking he might be up to no good because property is the easiest way to get rid of. You buy property.
So give me 2 seconds. I want to look something up real quick. My apologies. I'm
that's okay.
And what's going on with him? Because I was just like, something doesn't seem right. He's global. Okay,
yeah,
so
he's global.
Yep. Let me run this down for you real quick.
He's Arizona, even down here in Miami, but I think it closed.
Aspen, British Columbia, Wine Country in California, DC, the East Bay in California, Los Angeles, Los Cabos, Marin, Monterey, Peninsula, Ontario, Orange County, Palm Springs, Park City, Puerto Vallarta, River Maya, San Francisco, Santa Barbara, Montecito, South Florida, Southern Connecticut, and Turks and Caicos. Sir. Sir.
How many offices are still open? Honestly, how many are still open?
It doesn't say which ones are closed. It just shows you like the list of locations. I'm like, are you? Sir.
He's closed a lot of them. I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. Kyle by Shahida is not selling like that. I'm just saying.
Mauricio is doing a whole lot more. He's got a habit that's really bad. I'm sorry, but he's got he's got that habit that's really, really bad.
Okay, seriously, how much money did Tom need? His cut was substantial. Agreed. By the way, that 30 to 40% does not include expenses. By the way, supposedly Mauricio and PK are opening a real estate office in London and have a new show.
Oh my God.
Also, I'm telling y'all, if y'all ever go to California and they're not filming, go to West Hollywood. Don't be surprised if you see Mauricio hanging out in West Hollywood.
Ooh, not in West Hollywood. Ooh.
That's why Kyle hangs out at, but she was going to Lisa Vanderpump's. But Mauricio hangs out there. There's a nice club, but a block away from Pump. And it's LGBT. Mauricio spends a lot of time over there.
Well,
allegedly.
The drinks are cheap.
Allegedly.
I mean,
the drinks are cheap.
Yes, he's a cheap, and he likes transvestites.
I ain't saying that. The drinks are cheap.
Well, there was a cute little 2013 article that came out about his situation, but it's just a little article though. Nothing.
No, it's the truth. I'm telling you, when you hear it enough, along with Lisa Rinna's husband, who likes
allegedly,
he doesn't live there. He lives with his boyfriend. Allegedly.
In
Yes.
Vancouver, right?
Huh? In Vancouver. Yes. That man's always fishing. And it's something he's always camping. Oh, Harry's camping. Oh, Harry's fishing. Oh, Harry's this. Harry's doing a play. Harry's with his man. Sorry.
Hold on.
No.
This Doctors 299 just coming through. I heard that two of Erika's backup dancers said that it was an open secret that she and Tom repeatedly purchased her own songs millions of times to get them on the charts. I am not surprised.
I heard that too. And I heard they paid a few people to actually play them. Yep. What was it? Being Erika Jane was one of them, or forgot it was no. What's that song?
It's expensive to be me.
Pat the and that
Pat the Puss.
Pat the Puss.
Pat the Puss, and It's Expensive to Be Me. Those are the two that I heard.
Marijuana isn't legal in the UK. Mauricio can't go to the UK then. No. He wants to live in like
no.
France.
Mauricio doesn't have a marijuana issue.
Doctors coming through again. He laundered money through her career, hence the $20 million he ciphered into her business. Okay, we talked about that $20 million.
Yep.
And with that loan, thank you, Doctors 299. I count right before he got caught.
Yep. That's the money he loaned her company. Right. It wasn't a loan. She wasn't asking for a loan. That was money he was trying to hide.
Kiki Ray feeling some kind of. Kiki Ray is expected to be in how many? Oh yeah, you ain't lied about that, Kiki. You ain't lied.
I'm telling y'all better check it out. And look, there's one site. Matter of fact, I'm going to send it to you, Debbie. You're going to be surprised of the stuff that's there, and it's not conspiracies or anything else. But there was a person that used to be a production assistant on one of the reality shows, and they hear it all.
Wow.
And it's strange because in the last 4 months, I haven't heard anything from her, and it's really strange. But yeah, no, Heidi, you didn't hear this from me. Nope, you didn't hear this from me. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of stuff that goes on. Kyle knows all about Mauricio. Why do you think whenever a woman's in Mauricio's face at a party, she gets all upset? She knows what Mauricio does. She knows what he does.
Most definitely. There's no way she could not know.
She knows.
You hear so many times, you know.
And you know she's not happy that he hired, oh my God, what's her name? The one that used to have her own show. The one that was married to Hank. Forgot. Kendra.
Oh, Kendra Basket.
Yes, he hired Kendra.
She got a real estate license?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle, when he hired Kendra before the pandemic kicked off, Kyle was in that office damn near every day.
I don't see Kendra as being his zhuzh, though.
She's not his zhuzh, but Kyle doesn't know that because he was there. She don't mind the guys that work for him. It's the women that work for him.
Ain't he a little soft on the boys, though? I'd be worried about that, too.
That's the other one. He likes transvestite. Yeah. It's the other one that's soft on the boys, allegedly. Look, allegedly. Yeah, he's a good provider and a father. He's a better father than a provider. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He loves his children. I can respect.
And that little girl, Portia. Mm-hmm. That's the one that he truly. And Kyle's oldest daughter works for Mauricio as well.
Is it Alessia?
Yeah, she works for Mauricio. That's not his daughter. That's her daughter with the other guy.
The other guy.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, if his habits are so like this last season, he was loopy. Last season, he was just loopy most of the time. At one dinner, he was just sitting there going. He
was high as a damn
Yes, it was ridiculous. Like, how are you a great dad if you're always like that?
If you got to listen to Kyle talk, wouldn't you get high? Seriously, you have to listen to Kyle talk. Wouldn't you be high?
That's true.
Wouldn't you be high?
Or if I know that all of my real estate offices were closing and all of my agents were running back to other offices.
They were going back to Rick. They went back to Rick.
Oh, right back.
Yep, and that's why Kathy Hilton doesn't want anything to do with Mauricio. And that's why I'm telling you why Bravo got her on that show, to expose Kyle and Mauricio.
On tape.
I'm telling you, they've been trying to get Kathy ever since Lisa left. They've been wanting Kathy. And Lisa and Kathy are really good friends still, and Kim.
They think, but I think what it is, they want Kathy on because they hope with Kathy on, Lisa Vanderpump will come back.
Lisa will come back, but Lisa got another show. Oh, when I'm going to, I can't even say it now, but Lisa's got her own show, another new show. She doesn't need Bravo, and they know this.
Oh, yeah, they know.
You mean the dinner at Lisa's house? What is it? It's on E?
Overserved.
Overserved.
Yep, and then they're shooting. Pump is now shooting again too, and then they're going to do the one in Vegas as well.
Yeah, Vanderpump Rules is coming back,
and they're going to have a Vegas edition too. I think they're going to be shooting in both places. Yep,
which should be really fun actually.
Yep. So anyway,
this was good.
I enjoyed this. Thank you guys.
Thanks for coming on.
It's always good to talk about things and just go by what you see. Just go by what you see. This is what I've seen. This is what's on my screen. So you can't get mad. If you mad, get mad at yourself for going on the little screen.
But I dig a little further, Jamal. You know me. I gotta dig a little further.
You have to. When you see things, it's like, okay, well, you said this. Now I gotta go look at this article and try to find that article. Now I gotta go back and rewatch this. I have to go back and rewatch the reunion now because I need to remember exactly what Lisa Barlow said because I think she's Jen adjacent. I'm gonna give Debbie that. I do think she's Jen adjacent.
I do believe so too. But watch, you remember how Lisa and Meredith were so close, right? Remember how they were like sisters? Where at the reunion she was sitting right next to Jen Shah.
Yep. Lisa picked her side.
Yep, Lisa picked her side. And now Lisa is probably worried. Oh my God, are they investigating me too? Because she got too many damn business to not have to be living in the place you're living in. And all I do is work. You got two sons that are neglected. You don't cook. Y'all go out to eat every damn thing. Who knows?
She does cook. She makes a microwave hot dog.
Something is going on, and her husband looks a little shady to me too.
But she's a glorified event planner. Let's just call a spade a spade.
That's what she is, an event planner. But but she's but they're starting a new business for Chase, and I forgot the other one's name. So do what you do, girl. Do what you do.
Is that Howling Wolf or whatever it is?
Howling Wolf, Black Wolf Run. It's something with the wolf.
Something up in the forest.
Yeah. One of those people. They got a little website. They got a little website going on.
Yeah.
I'm mad at them.
But it's just, it's good. But I don't really want to see. I'm so mad they're doing another season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, because I thought this last season I couldn't even watch it. It was just boring as hell. And I tried to. I really did. And every time I heard Jen Shah, I just went. I want to shoot myself, but she was did
the most. She just did the most for no reason.
She did the most for no reason. No reason. When she threw that glass, I think when I saw that episode, I'm like, I'm done with this BI. Yeah, I'm done with her. I cannot watch her anymore. I couldn't. She was too. I think she was pulling a Teresa.
But trying to be what they're doing.
Yeah, she was trying to be Teresa.
Everyone wants to see. They know Bravo knows they're going to watch it to see if Jen Shah gets arrested. That's the only thing people are going to tune in for, and they know it.
You know what I want to know though? Will Bravo show? Because they were filming. They were getting ready to go on vacation. They're going to Aspen, I think. Yes. Is Bravo going to show when Jen abruptly left when they were filming, saying that Sharif was in the hospital? Because all of that's on tape.
Yep, they will show that, and then they'll show the video of her leaving and getting into that car. I don't know if that's from her arraignment or what.
Well, why they have to show it? Because they walked her from around the side. She didn't come through. they walked her from around the side. So she was at the jail. And when they walked her to the gate, and the attorney was waiting, I guess he posted her bail or whatever, but she was in the jail. She was in jail. They walked her around.
They cannot not show it because everyone knows they were there. Everyone knows they were filmed, and they do not show it. Oh, everyone would turn on them.
I would dock her pay though, because she should have not lied. She should have stayed there and let the feds come and arrest her so that Bravo could have it on videotape for me to see. I would dock her pay.
If you're not guilty of anything, why are you running and hiding? Why are you leaving?
True.
Where the hell were you going? Where were you going? You're not going to get on the plane. You don't have your own personal jet. Where the hell are you going?
And then you lie on your husband. See, no.
Yeah, that's a bad thing there.
Yeah, she said it was an emergency. She had to leave. Sharif was in the hospital.
Child.
So
you mean the hospital over at his other wife house? Okay.
Girl, I'm trying to find this other woman. I know he don't live with her. That is something I don't see no connection there, nothing. He's closer to his sons, and even her son seems distant from her. They're like I don't see nothing about her sons, nothing about Oh, she made her son breakfast one morning. Even his room was sterile. Seriously, when she brought him food, that room was sterile. She brought him soup. Remember that? When she brought her son the soup? Did you see any personal touches in that little boy's room?
No, that goes back to what we were all saying, though.
But it's the same thing with Lisa's house and with Meredith's house. They're all rentals.
They're all staged.
The only one that's in her own house, I'm sure, is going to be
Heather
and Whitney.
And Whitney. Yep. That's the only two I think are actually in their own homes. So
that was too funny though. Like to see, Jen Shah's like it's amazing how when things break on someone, how everything just comes out.
Well, I can't wait for this. I want to see. So I'm waiting for Mary to be investigated, which she probably already is, but I don't know if that's going to be federal or not. That might be state. I'm waiting for her. I figured it was going to be her first, not thinking Jen. Teresa, I don't think she's finished being shady yet. She may have learned a lesson. She might have got a little smarter, but the guy she's with is nothing but a criminal and a liar and a cheater. So hopefully that comes out too. We'll see.
Wait, Jamal, didn't you say you wanted to see Whitney's husband?
Well, of course, no. Here's the thing. Before the season, it should be in. For some reason, I want to say it was an article I read. I want to say it's Tamara Titles, but don't hold me to that. Maybe the wrong article. But it said that we would see Whitney's husband go through an investigation, and that just didn't happen.
Oh, so he's off the hook with that.
Because it says in the article that he's part of an MLM. He's CEO of an MLM.
Ooh.
Which I thought was that's why I wanted to see it. I'm like, I want to see this. So guys,
okay, what's that?
That what?
What is it?
MLM, multi-level marketing.
Pyramid.
No, that's not what he does, though.
That's what he does. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
We had a whole conversation about this when that season was on. Because I think it all started.
I didn't think he was in marketing anymore.
Oh, well, yeah, I think that's what he's into. Well, at least that's what he was being looked at for.
Where's that? Because I was shocked when they actually put that in the article. I was like,
I didn't believe he was still in the marketing anymore. I believe he started out in marketing. I didn't know he was still in marketing.
Okay, this is Let me just make sure this is the right article. Meet the Housewives, blah, blah, blah.
Because you remember, she met him at their work, at their job, and he wasn't in marketing then.
Yeah, but I'm assuming that they were at a different place, like
they're a different place.
Job. Yeah. This MLM, I think, is his own company.
Yeah, he's CEO of the company.
Yeah.
That was the hilarious part. I'm like, excuse you? Who? What?
Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and look at him.
I'm like, you CEO? Is this what we doing?
Okay, I'm gonna go back and look at him because that's not what I thought I saw that he did anymore. I know they said he started in marketing.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. I'm going to link the article for you as well. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to read out for you. Jason Rose is the chief sales officer of a MLM company currently under federal investigation for a pyramid scheme.
Jesus.
Let me drop this article in the chat.
Well, maybe that was just to throw off Jen, and that's why she was throwing a lot of shade at Whitney because she thought something was up, but then her. And wouldn't that be some shit?
Oh my God.
So Heidi, I put the link for you in the private chat so you can like pull it up when you get it.
Okay.
And guys, I linked Heidi's channel in the chat. Just make sure you check her out, subscribe because she does great true crime. Great. I follow Heidi on the trial stuff too. It's fantastic. So
I got
like
another trial one I'm getting ready to cover too, Jamal. But
when? Do you know when?
The trial starts, I think May. Can't remember the date, but it's about the 2 young black guys that was accused of murdering the college student, and they really don't have any evidence, but they've got them locked up. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm still digging on that one right now too.
Yeah, those are one of my favorites of your channel because you break it down so well to where I don't have to really go do the digging myself. I don't have to watch. I like things like that's why I like doing recaps so people don't have to really watch the show, take time out of their day, and they also get opinions, like actual, real, honest opinions. I feel like are we a little bit not harsh, but we're to the point. We're honest.
I call them victims, Jamal.
You know that when we say something, it's how we feel. Yeah, and we're not going to apologize for it. It may make you uncomfortable. You might get a little upset, but it's okay to disagree with people, and that's why I really want to get across with this channel. It is okay to have a different perspective than everybody else. You don't have to go along with everyone else. You can like someone, your friend cannot like someone. It's okay. It's completely okay. And people need to stop trying to go along with the grain. Like, well, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm like, okay, if you think the truth is mean and rude, then I'm not for you. And I'm just honest with that. I think everyone should have the right to say what they want to say, give their opinion about what they see, and go from there. It's not a big deal.
I'm telling you, you know what, Jamal, that's what I like. I mean, I will say allegedly, this is how I feel. And you know, and Debbie knows I'm not going to bite my tongue, but we have a good time. We have a good chat. I want everybody to be respectful of everybody in the chat because everybody have their own opinions. Even when I was covering the trial, you know, with the George Floyd situation, everybody voiced their opinions. We had some of the nicest chats. There was no negativity. It was nobody going back and forth at each other. Respect each other, and we can all just have a great time. That's it.
And that's the thing. I just find sometimes, like other channels, like I check out, it's like, well, it's okay. Like if your chat disagrees with you, it's fine. It's okay. Let people have their opinions. You all should not agree with each other. I don't think that's the way to go. You can have your own perspective. You can see someone else's perspective, but you should be comfortable saying, like, you know what? I'll use Debbie and I as an example. We don't always agree, but we're open enough to say, hey, you know what? I don't agree, but I can see where you're coming from. I get it, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Debbie has me changing my mind about a few people, and she already know who I'm talking about, Jacob, because she knows how I felt about Jacob. And Debbie had me change my mind about Jacob. I got a drink every time I think about how mean I thought that man was. But we have a good time, and that's what I love. And I thank you guys for inviting me to come on. I've enjoyed myself with you guys.
We're so glad you could come.
I do have a question for you. Are you watching Seeking Sister Wife? Have you gotten into that channel?
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Listen to me. I watched the first 3 episodes, right? And then the trial started. So that has taken up all of my time, the notes. So now I've recorded it all. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to catch up on all the episodes since the trial. I'm going to have this weekend. It's going to be my I'm leaving Monday, so I'm going to catch up on everything probably by Saturday. Because even last night I've been watching. I caught up on Marriage Medicine. I caught up on Sister Wives with Cody, and that was the worst 2 hours of my life. When I heard you guys say the same thing, so I've been catching up on everything. Being Return to Amish. I was 4 episodes behind on that. I've caught up on that, so I'm catching up. I'm watching. I'm
Seeking Sister Wife.
I like it.
So infuriating. It's good.
You know what? I think some of them just go on the show just so they can have an extra affair or matter of, you know what I mean? I don't even think they want a sister wife. So yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't think they want a sister wife. I just think, oh, this will be fun for a while. Let's do this show and because you're going to divorce your wife to fly in some woman from another country. Come on now.
And
when you got all these women here in America, really? Seriously?
And she let you do it.
Oh, Lord, that couldn't be me. Anyway, I'm going to find me. Look, I'm going to find Saudi Arabia girl. I got to go back to Dubai. They love black women over there too, but they got a harem. You know, you're going to be number 99, I guess.
Oh, I want to go to Dubai with you. I'm dying to go to the Gold Seek. Oh, yep,
love Dubai.
And the Spice Seek.
Love it. So, but yeah, we need to go. But anytime, Jamal, Debbie, thank you guys. I had a good time. Anybody has any questions for me? And I'm sorry, when I first came on, I was still eating, so I had to finish my dinner because I hadn't eaten all day.
It is fine. I'm so glad you made it. Love you. Just love your content. Love I love your court crime stuff. When I see, I do rewatches, but if it's on the crime, I try to make sure I have your channel open while I'm working because I just enjoy stuff like that. So congratulations.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Did you see the one I did today?
Which one? The verdict?
No, not the verdict. The one I did with Sherry Papini.
Yeah, that's on my rewatch list. Yeah.
What do you think about that, Jamal?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, let me know what you think.
That's on my watch list.
Let me know after you see it. Let me know what you think and see if you came to the same conclusion I did. So thank you guys. Debbie, I'm going to see you Thursday, but I'll probably see you tomorrow too. I got to get ready for my interview tomorrow and make sure we're good to go. I got a surprise 90-day guest coming on tomorrow.
So, I'll be there. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'll be there. So I'm trying to make sure our times are working right. And she has texted me like 3 times already. So let me, so I'm excited. But thank you. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Let me just drop you down. Oops. Sorry about that. I meant to drop down Heidi. Okay, so again, for anyone who missed it in the live chat, in our description below is a link to Heidi's channel. Check her out. She's got a special guest this week from 90 Day Fiancé with the beautiful hair. And that should be interesting. She also does great court coverage and cocktails with Heidi is what I jump in on Thursday nights to go over the shadiness of Married at First Sight USA. This was a good show, Jamal.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Oh my Lord. You don't ever talk this long.
I mean, I like stories and I like conversations. So whenever it's a story like about a show, I think I get more into it because it's really about our opinions and we can really just talk our opinions while covering the story. Because it's nice to talk about things behind the show with other people who watch the show because we're probably going to see different things and then you're going to make me go back and watch it. Like, let me check this out. And then we have a great chat as well. And they give us tidbits too. So it's perfect. I enjoyed this.
I'm so glad that you thought of this idea for this particular show because I am very intrigued to see how Bravo handles these 2 new future housewife, jailbirds. I don't think the Teresa Giudice model will work in this case.
No.
Because I think it was a partial failure in her case.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't see, unless they have a new franchise, you know, of Real Housewives of Cell Block H, I don't see how this can continue. You're supposed to be selling this glorious, glamorous, rich, fabulosity lifestyle, and now a higher percentage of your cast is going to jail. Like, come on.
And
Do
I'm
some
interested.
background checks.
Then I'm interested to see what comes out with other franchises and what other people are actually under investigation. Because this seems to be a domino effect, and I don't think it stops here.
Guys, whoever's going on reality TV, you're being watched. And not by us viewers, by the feds.
Exactly.
If you got like something to hide, don't go on TV.
Or put it out there before you get on the show. Either way.
Yeah, but like if you have something that is worth going to jail,
Yeah, then don't do it.
don't go on TV.
Mm-mm.
Like, okay, you know, if you, I don't know, if you found $20, like if you got an extra $20 out of the ATM machine, yeah, you could go on TV. You could go on TV.
Mm-hmm.
If you are stealing from grandmas, do not go on TV.
Correct.
If you are stealing from plane crash victims, do not go on TV. So I'm saying.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So I'm saying.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, listening to us,
Yes.
and
Don't forget to
offering
give us
your
a thumbs
insight.
up.
Yeah, thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you for just being here with us. And then Montana Marsha, thank you for this. We'll have to look into the moons now. But until
Dr.
next time.
299. She was
Yes,
amazing. And
Dr.
Nikki,
299, come back.
yeah. Like y'all blew my head away with some of the stuff you had in the live chat. Love it. So make sure you come on back. You know, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell, tell a friend. We love to see new people in our chat. So until next time.
Yes. Bye.